Good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss some more terms, more topic of the chapter elements, compounds and mixture. In our last videos, we discussed first about elements, then about compound atoms and molecules, then about compounds and its properties. Now today we are going to discuss pure substance and mixtures property. So one by one, clear the concept. First is your pure substance. Pure substances. What are pure substances? If suppose if we have a container of sugar, चीनी सबके पास होती है, container of sugar, in that container is contain pure substance, that is your sugar. Suppose we have a container, in container we have some sugar particles. This container only contains sugar, so this is a pure, in this container we have pure sugar, it's a pure substance. Now by chance or by mistake you add some salt inside the sugar. You add some salt. The same container. So in the container which substance we have? Sugar? No. With sugar we have salt. Salt? No. With salt we have sugar. Means in this container now neither salt is in pure form nor sugar is in pure form. Neither we can use this sugar to your sugar syrup or to your tea, nor use this salt in your vegetable, in your food. So this is not the pure form. In pure form we have only unique element, only one element or one substance. This is the concept of pure substance. Now, if we want to define a pure substance, we can easily write out it is a substance that cannot split. That cannot split into two or more simpler substances. Here I am changing the last word. By any physical means. So what are physical means? Physical means like your sieving, your filtration, picking. In your mother pick some stones or some small pebbles from the rice grain. So physical means are your sieving, the most common sieving. Nowadays we are using filter water, filtration, which is a physical process of picking, or it is your one more word is the distillation. We use distilled water, na? Distillation, all these things. So this is your concept of pure substance. Now we move to the next topic, the last topic of the chapter, mixtures. Just now we discussed about pure substance. Mixture is just opposite to the pure substance. In case of mixture, it is a substance which can be separated. Previous one not separated, this one separated by any physical means. So what are mixtures? In that previous concept we have salt, plus sugar. So this is a mixture of salt and sugar. So what is the definition of pure mixture? Substances that can be separated by physical means. Physical means, say physical means filtration, distillation, and sieving. So, in case of mixtures, substances that can be separated by physical means, it not look like as the let's use this one separately by physical means. Now, you must remember that in case of compound, we use the definition that substances, compounds can be separated into two or more simple substances by chemical means. In this case, we are using the word physical means. This mixture is just opposite to the compound as well as opposite to the pure substances. So, when we start to solve, pick the sugar particles from this mixture, we can easily separate the salt and sugar. So this is the concept of mixtures. Now next one comes that what are the properties or characteristics of mixture? Characteristics of mixture. The very first and unique property of characteristics of mixture is about proportion. Components can be present in any proportion. There is no fixed proportion in case of compound, in case of mixtures, but in case of compound, there is a fixed proportion. This is the first property. Second, characteristics and properties. These both are words have the same meaning. The components can coexist. I am not writing components. Components can coexist without chemical reaction. Without chemical reaction. In case of compound, elements chemically combine, then they form compound. But in case of mixture, components can coexist without any chemical reaction as well as they hold their own property. Components retain their property. Means what? In case of, you must remember about that water, that hydrogen burn itself, oxygen help to burn, but water neither burn nor help to burn, but it extinguishes the fire. In case of mixture, mixture components can retain their own property. They never lose their property, can retain their own property. I use the word own, can retain their own property. They never lose their own property. In the mixture of sugar and salt, sugar neither adopt the sourness of your salt and salt not adopt the sweetness of sugar. They hold their own property. This is the property of components of mixture. Then components, last one, components can easily separated by physical means. Components can easily separated by physical means. By physical means. So what are physical means? In our next topic we discuss those physical means, but first come. We can easily separate, suppose we have in rice then we have some nails, iron nails. How we remove? Either by picking or by using magnet. We can easily separate those iron nails. So likewise we use some different techniques to separate the components of mixture. Our next topic is depend on this last point. How we can separate components of mixture by using physical means. Now, now we are going to discuss more about that those physical means. First one is your saving. You people observe in your construction sites when some building going constructed, labor or people sieve the sand so that they can easily separate the larger amount of stones and larger amount of sand and separate to the fine particles of sand separate. They use those fine particles for doing the plaster, doing the making the wall smooth. They use those fine particles. So that one is known as your sieving. In case of your home, you observe that while pouring the tea from the container, your mother used some equipment like this, in which at the bottom side there are some small holes are there. There is some small holes. And they pour some tea from the container. My drawing is not good, so good. And in your cup, the filtered tea poured, fine one, means tea without flame. All leaves and your ginger pieces collected over here. Tea and other things collected inside the this sieve. This is your process of sieving. In sieving, we used to separate two different size particles. Okay. Two different type of particle, two different size of particle. In sieving, we used to separate. It's a very easiest way. Then after this, we are using magnetic separation method. In magnetic separation method, suppose any iron piece, whether it's the smallest one, fine particles or large particles, fall under some mixed with some other things. To find out, to separate those iron particles from from the other mixture, we use magnets. We move the magnets over the mixture, and what happens with the attractive property of magnet? Those iron particles are stuck with the magnet, and we can easily separate them. You must observe in case of electric current. Electric current, you observe that some electromagnets is hang with the train and when we start the electric current, this electromagnet become active one, and from the heaps of different material, it attracts only the iron pieces. So this is your magnetic separation. Suppose, for example, in case of some fine particles of iron, mixed fine particles of iron mixed with some wheat flour. How we remove this one? So we spread the flour in some container, and we move the magnet so that magnetic particles are attracted towards the magnet and stick to the magnet. So we can easily separate the magnetic separation. Now tomorrow we discuss more topic. That's all for today. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot to give you the homework. You must read the top topic. This is your homework. Now that's all for today. Thank you.